In today's episode, you will learn and repeat 200 sentences about school, homework, studying, and university life. We'll break this into 3 sections. Part 1 is designed for beginners. The sentences are short and easy to follow.
Part 2 is aimed at intermediate learners. Here, the sentences are a bit longer and include more detail. Part 3 is for upper intermediate learners. These sentences sound more natural and have a more academic feel. After I say each sentence, you can shadow me.
That means repeat it out loud, imitate my pronunciation, and get some speaking practice. This approach will help you sharpen your listening, speaking, and memory skills all at once. Ready? Let's start with Part 1. Beginner level. I go to school every day. I go to school every day. My school is large. My school is large. My teacher is nice. My teacher is nice. I sit at a desk. I sit at a desk. I read my book. I read my book. I write in my notebook. I write in my notebook. I pay attention to the teacher.
I pay attention to the teacher. I ask questions during class. I ask questions during class. I complete my homework each night. I complete my homework each night. Homework helps me improve. Homework helps me improve. I use a pen. I use a pen. I use a pencil. I use a pencil. I take my lunch. I take my lunch. I have lunch with my friends. I have lunch with my friends. The bell sounds. The bell sounds. I study English. I study English. I study math. I study math. I study science. I study science. I enjoy history. I enjoy history. I draw in art class. I draw in art class. I have fun on the playground. I have fun on the playground. I run around with my friends. I run around with my friends. I pick up new words. I pick up new words. I read a short story.
I read a short story. I put together sentences. I put together sentences. I practice spelling. I practice spelling. I learn step by step. I learn step by step. I gain new knowledge every day. I gain new knowledge every day. My teacher supports me. My classmates are nice. My classmates are nice. I put up my hand. I put up my hand. I respond to a question. I respond to a question. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I get it right. Sometimes I make a mistake, but I keep trying. Sometimes I make a mistake, but I keep trying. I hand in my homework at school. I hand in my homework at school. The teacher reviews it. The teacher reviews it. I receive a good grade. I receive a good grade. I feel pleased. I feel pleased.
Sometimes homework is tough, but I don't quit. Sometimes homework is tough, but I don't quit. I enjoy learning. I enjoy learning. I want to become smart. I want to become smart. I listen closely. I listen closely. I speak clearly. I speak clearly. I repeat phrases. I repeat phrases. I practice each day. I practice each day. I write slowly.
I write slowly. I read out loud. I read out loud. I look up words in my dictionary. I look up words in my dictionary. I ask my teacher for support. I ask my teacher for support. I study new grammar. I study new grammar. I copy example sentences. I copy example sentences. I review my work. I review my work. I fix my errors. I fix my errors. I keep improving. I keep improving. I love English class. I love English class. I love school. I love school. School matters. School matters. Learning gives me power. Learning gives me power. I want to become skilled in English. I want to become skilled in English. I have big dreams. I have big dreams. I want to succeed. I want to succeed. School helps me develop. School helps me develop. Homework helps me grow. Homework helps me grow. I trust in myself. I trust in myself. Okay, now we'll move up to the next level. The sentences will be a bit longer. Listen closely and try to shadow along with me. I head to school every morning, excited to discover new things. My school is small, but it has a cozy atmosphere. I take a seat at my desk and open my book. I listen carefully whenever my teacher talks. I raise my hand when I'm ready to answer. Sometimes I'm right, and other times I make mistakes, but that's okay. Every evening, I settle in at my desk to get my homework done. Homework isn't always simple, but it helps me grow. I write with my pencil and erase any errors. My backpack holds my books and lunch every day. At lunch, I sit with my friends in the cafeteria. We eat together and chat about school. After lunch, the bell rings and we go back to class. In English class, I read short stories and practice speaking. In math class, I solve basic problems at the board. In science class, I discover facts about animals and the planet. I enjoy art class because it lets me be creative. During break, I run and play outside with my friends. At home, I read slowly and focus on understanding the words. I work on writing sentences to strengthen my English. When I don't understand something, I ask my teacher for help. My teacher is kind and helps me learn.
I feel happy whenever I earn a good grade. Sometimes homework is challenging, but I keep at it. I turn to my dictionary to learn new words. I repeat words several times. I double-check my work before turning it in to the teacher. I learn from my mistakes and give it another try. I learn something fresh every day at school. My classmates are friendly, and we support one another. I practice reading aloud to build my speaking skills. I believe that each small step helps me improve my English. I copy sentences from the board to help me remember. When I study, I sometimes speak the words out loud. I aim to speak English clearly and with confidence. School gives me the opportunity to grow each day. Education matters because it creates opportunities in life.
I know that English will benefit me in the future. One day I hope to attend university and continue my studies. I dream of finishing school and reaching my goals. Mistakes are part of the learning process. So I'm not afraid when I put in the effort to study. I feel proud of myself. My family encourages me and tells me to do my best. I enjoy discovering new words and using them in class. Daily practice makes me stronger in English.
I feel proud when I can follow what my teacher says. Each class teaches me something valuable for life. Reading stories helps me grow my vocabulary. The more I read, the more confident I become. The more I write, the more my skills improve. I like English because it allows me to connect with people around the world. Math teaches me to think carefully and logically. Science makes me curious about the world around me. History shows me stories from the past. Art gives me a way to be creative and express myself. School teaches me to be polite and respectful. I learn to listen when others are speaking. I learn to share and work together with classmates. School is about more than just books. It's also about life.
Studying will help me follow my dreams. I want to earn good grades and make my family proud. Homework might be tough, but it helps me get better. I trust myself to learn little by little. Every day I make a little more progress in English. I believe that practice is the key to improvement. Learning makes me feel strong and confident.
My friends and I sometimes study together after school. We support each other and exchange ideas. School brings me closer to my future dreams. Every day at school is a new chance to grow.
Okay, now we're ready for the next level. The sentences will be a bit more complex. Listen carefully and try to shadow along with me.
I usually spend 1 or 2 hours studying after school. Sometimes I feel tired, but I know that doing my homework matters. When I finish my assignments, I feel a sense of accomplishment. I keep my notes organized in separate folders. I often mark important information in my books with a highlighter. I like using flashcards to help me memorize new vocabulary. Studying with a friend makes learning easier. We test each other before exams. I try to avoid leaving things until the last minute. Getting ready ahead of time helps me feel more confident. Sometimes I study in the library because it's peaceful. At home, I sit at my desk and put my phone away. I need quiet to concentrate. Well, my teacher gives us homework almost every day. I work on math exercises, reading tasks, and writing assignments. Sometimes I also get ready to give short presentations. I practice in front of the mirror. It helps me build confidence. I read English articles online to learn new words. Sometimes I watch videos with subtitles. It makes learning enjoyable.
At school, we work on group projects. Working in a team teaches me how to cooperate. Sometimes we don't agree, but we learn how to solve problems. University life is different from high school. Students have more freedom, but also more responsibility. Professors don't check homework every day.
They expect students to take charge of their own learning. Many students live in dorms. Living in a dorm is fun, but can also be noisy.
Some students cook together in shared kitchens. Others eat at the cafeteria. Universities offer clubs and activities for students. Joining a club is a great way to meet people. Many students work part-time jobs. They have to balance their studies with work. Managing time well becomes really important. Students sometimes stay up late at night. They drink coffee to stay awake. Exams can be stressful. But planning ahead helps reduce the pressure. I make a study schedule before exams. I follow it closely. I also take short breaks. Taking breaks helps me stay refreshed. When I pass a test, I celebrate with friends. We might go out for pizza or coffee. Success feels good when you've worked hard. Failure isn't the end. Failure is a chance to try again. Teachers and professors encourage us to learn from our mistakes. Learning is a long journey. We have to be patient with ourselves. Sometimes studying is difficult, but it's always worthwhile. Education opens doors to the future. I want to study abroad someday. Meeting students from other countries is exciting. We exchange cultures and ideas. Studying isn't only about grades. It's about growth, confidence, and gaining knowledge. My goal is to enjoy learning every day. Homework, projects, and exams are all part of this journey. I'm ready to take on the challenge. I'll keep learning step by step. Knowledge will guide me toward success. At university, managing your time well is crucial. Great work! You've just practiced 200 sentences focused on studying, homework, school, and university life. We began with simple beginner sentences, then moved to intermediate and upper intermediate levels. By shadowing these sentences, you've strengthened your listening, speaking, and memory all at once. Keep in mind that practicing a little every day is the path to progress. Even 10 minutes of shadowing can make a big difference in how fluent you feel. So feel free to go back, listen again, and repeat until the sentences flow naturally. Thanks so much for joining me on this episode. This is English Unleashed, and I'm Tom. Until next time, keep studying, keep practicing, and keep believing in yourself. Bye for now.